Hey there everyone, welcome to the channel. Figured today we would do that Deadman's Canyon extension off of where we left off last time. So for this particular spot there are a few ways you can enter. So we saw last time you can come up from the Roxborough Greenbelt straight across Kingsmount, Highland and Wembley. And you can take that rock cut up Highland at the end of Killarney and climb up to the radio tower. Today we are starting from down Wembley Drive. I believe it's Homewood we turned on. We took a right. And then I put it on the camera. So we're going to walk up this way, straight to the footpath. Now there are a few ways we can go up. We're going to take the more scenic route that we didn't see before. We're going to make a loop all the way back down. So you can enter both from right here. To the right, it leads straight up to the radio tower. And then in. This is where we're going to be coming back down. To the left, it enters where we're going. But I want to show you the other entries as well. So it's going to follow us on our right hand side. And it's curving up into the woods already. And then from up in there you can either veer back onto that path that was on the right hand side, or you can venture this way or straight up in a different route. There are a bunch of options with this path. So you can enter here and join in. There's a tree that fell over here. It's a little precarious. It's supported pretty well by a bunch of other trees, so it's not going to go anywhere. Those intertwined branches, it's probably pretty solid. No, it looks like it just grew that way. It grew straight up into those trees. Makes a nice little arch. So for now we're on a nice groomed trail. Mainly just to connect Wembley Drive to McNaughton. So here we are on McNaughton. In the old St. Michael's School. So this is the other entry. It goes up through the parking lot, or this little path right here. You can see how it's been worn down by a lot of people using it. See, this time I brought my big hat and a lighter shirt. I did, however, forget my water bottle at the door. Alright, so this is where that path we talked about before joins back up. That left-hand one from just at the end of Wembley. Or, sorry, Homewood. So that will come out here. And you can go back into the main trails through this path. Kind of. Over here, this is the entry to the swampish area into the gorge. It's not really swampy now. But I'm going to show you that after. For now, we'll go up one side of the gorge and then up to the tower, and we'll look down. Or we'll make a figure 8 of it and we'll come out at a different spot. So I'm going to start my Fitbit this time. So from here, the entry in the parking lot of the old St. Michael's School. Let's see how far we go. I don't know if I wanted to start at this spot. I might have wanted to start over at the rocks. So we might be pulling back out again pretty quickly. Oh no, this is taking me right where I want to go. Up some rocks. So looking across, I think you can see the radio towers. That's where we were the other day. And already we're getting high enough. We're above the school. And you can see over to the Bridge of Nations. And all the other towers. I think I want to try to hike up to all those other towers. That'd be another goal. Hiking to each of the radio towers around. These are great little day hikes. You could literally walk out your door, or drive out your door, or bike out your door. Like 5 minutes to a spot and then hike for a kilometer or two. Then go back home. Have a shower, watch a movie, and you know, you've done a pretty solid workout, because that was a pretty good hill already. Let's look back out there. See it, more radio towers in the distance. We're not even at the top yet. The trail's a little tough to see right over there. Slightly more worn down grass. So you got the slightly worn down stuff here. I should be walking on it to help out, but this section of the trail is always tough to see. Some people have been helpful. I started putting these used up birch logs around to mark the trail. I'm just going to help out with that a little bit by twisting these in the right direction since they're already here. Oh yeah, there they are. The logs. That one needs to be a little bit bigger. There's a couple of these need to swap places, but that is a good natural way to mark some trails. And then as more and more people get familiar with it, it'll get packed down. I gotta make sure I walk this a little bit more often to help this along. Oh look, a little cache of trail marking wood. Now out there up on the rock, it's really, really warm, but in here, it's warm, but it's nice and cool. Where's that bird? Oh, squirrel, right down there. Try to guide the camera away from that little pile of garbage there. And I think with here you can go either down here or up through here. I don't think it's really going to matter. Still going down the same little pile. Someone obviously means for this to be the trail. Oh, but there is another trail right there too. So either branch leads here. Going down into the gorge. Oh, it's nice in here. This is nice. There's a nice through breeze from the canyon. It's really shade. Let's take a little side trip down here and see what we see. Oh yeah, you can see down to the canyon floor. There's the path. So while this is a nice quick short trail, it does get a little bit more technically difficult. So just keep that in mind. And a lot of people walk their dogs down here as well. So this is that canyon floor that I was mentioning earlier. I'll just take you through both sides and then back up. So far we are at 0.26 kilometers. And I like this one because it is a loop. You can park it either on Homewood at Wembley, around in the residential area there, or the residential area on the other side, on McNaughton. You can pop in right from Bell Park. Oh, I'll come up from the amphitheater, in through another shortcut that leads to Boland, and then pop into here. Lots of options. The path actually does branch off to either side, so we're gonna make it a nice little loop. We won't have to walk back to the same side of the gorge. I think we get to come back mostly on the other side. I could be wrong. It's nice and cool down here. Actually getting kind of hungry, so I might have to order a sandwich at some point once we finish filming. So we're really close to downtown, and there's a nice sandwich shop down the street here. And we're pretty close to the Four Corners too, depending if you have a vehicle, so. Okay, it looks like we will be coming back on the same path, but, or not, maybe somewhat. This is going to take us back to the parking lot. So you're going to get to see all those most of those entrances I showed you earlier. So you can see the parking lot poking up ahead. And we'll come out here. You can already see the other path right there. Up to the school, and then we'll go back in. Nothing saying you can't climb up on those rocks too and just free hike. That's equally nice out here. Little side path someone made. right about half a kilometer. And we're about halfway done. So obviously this is where we were before. This looks like an older path. I'll just walk on. Oh, leads up to the same spot. You could climb up this tree and get up that rock face if you're a climber. You can try to climb this side, but it's not quite as interesting. So this is the gorge, or the lower part of the canyon. Usually right in the early parts of spring, this is completely flooded out, as you could imagine. Other rocks to play on. Almost a straight path up to a landing. So we're going to head up the other side of the canyon. There's the path down. You're going to go up the high road. So there's the main path. That'll take you straight back to Killarney. And I think I just decided we're definitely going to take the upper path. It's more interesting and takes us to the tower. As I said, it's short, but it's a lot more technically inclined and it is very steep. So there's the terrain. You could also pick your way up that way. We're going to follow the main path. That would be a nice rest area in there. I did bring my hammock. I could just set up in there and get some work done. How far have we gone? 0.79, 3/4 kilometer. All right. going to climb up this for a second and show you the view. Like I said, I have no problem setting up a chair in my hammock up here. Or anywhere out here. Let's take you off the harness. And there you go. See Ramsey Lake out there? So, and again, we're not even at the top. We've still got all that. And that's a shortcut to the way back. You can see the smokestack poking up from there. So that's you guys remounted. Sorry about the fingers. Alright, back down we go. And onto the kind of marked path. One that way that disappears, and one this way. Here. Okay, and we are reconnecting with the other path. So this and that one connect together and go back down towards Killarney and Highland. This one continues up. Actually, let's go show you the Killarney and Highland one. And we'll hit the tower on the way back. We came up the Killarney Highland Hill before on our last trip, but this time we're going to take the other way and loop back to Wembley Drive. I like this trail because the terrain keeps changing from the really technically difficult screen protruding rocks to the slightly easier hard packed mud. I still don't think I'd bring my mountain bike up here. It's a bit of a climb. Might write it down. So another path that veers up that way, which we'll probably come back on, potentially. I can't take you through all the twists and turns. We have a nice opening here. I have a sneaking suspicion there used to be a house up here because of the retaining wall back there. And some of the features right there on the ground. Looks like someone used to have a garden here. Oh, and there's the worn path. You have to get up all those rocks. This looks like the foundations of a house or a garden. So what we're going to end up doing is coming in a circle, going up there, down, and looping back up here again to go to the top. We're at 1 kilometer now. All these little hiking trails are probably one of the most underused resources in the city. The people who know about them use them, and not everyone necessarily knows that you can just pick up and go for a hike whenever you feel like in this town. And here's the path again, or a path. Coming on to the houses. Looking around for the path again. Looks like it's right there. And that's a nice backyard. That's a nice one too. So last time we came up here and down there. This time we're going to take the bottom way. So you can hear the construction we crossed on the longer trip coming out of the Roxborough Greenbelt. Click this because it's probably been bouncing around and distracting everyone. Heading on the downhill. Alright, so here's the branch off. That will take you right down to the road. Something in my pocket just went nuts. Give me a second here. Okay. So yep, that one will go right down to Killarney and Highland. This guy goes right back into the trail system. No, birds everywhere. More terrain changes. We're passing right by some backyards, but you know, we are where we are. Alright, so here we go, climbing straight up again. And up we go. See, this retaining wall is what makes me suspect that there used to be a house up here. Like 50 years ago or so. Because you don't really see that kind of workmanship anymore. It's not even a retaining wall as much as it's just the stacked rubble. There's even an old drain pipe there, it looks like. Or just a piece of debris. Oh. Nice little patch of Labrador tea coming up. Let that grow a little bit. Good to know that's there. Always a very helpful little plant. I highly recommend you look it up. It's basically a natural neocitrin. Can't go wrong with a little Labrador tea. So we're back up the way we came down. I think I hear some people. It looks really different when you're coming from the other side. Back to the hard-packed mud. Looks like someone almost had a campfire here a long time ago. Alright, so we're right beside the towers. I'm not really focusing on my feet like I should. So looking up here to try to find that entry. Look at the fence corner. I think it's at this log. The log looks like it was placed on purpose. Look at that, the ground's a little bit more packed. There's that fence I passed. Here we go. See, I always miss this entry. I always go either too early or too late, but it doesn't really make a difference. Yeah, there's another one there. But, ooh. Brown grasshopper turning into a locust. There's the path there. Go away. I wasn't going to step on him, just push him out of the way. So, here's the tower. Well, the spot at the tower. Here's the tower in there. And in case you missed it before, there's the view. I'll get you unscrewed again. That's a good spot to sit down, do a little bit of paperwork. Sit on that side and just look over the city. And if we come a little bit further forward, you can look out that side. Look out over Lake Ramsey. Lake Ramsey and the city. And if you go a little further, and a little out. Out near the stack. Probably get to that outcropping. So pick my way down. And there we go. Nice spot just to hang out, take a couple breaths. Gotta be something when that smokestack goes down. I already feel like there's a mine missing from that ridge. There's some more radio towers out there. Lots to see out there. So, clip you guys back in. It's a lot harder when I'm trying to balance on the rocks. There we go. All secure. It's really hard to do when you're balanced precariously or semi-precariously. Alright, easiest way back up there and back down. This way. One last look around up here. Looks like someone put a boat chair on. Oh, if I was a little taller and had a stool, I'd climb up and have a seat. Huh. Looks like someone had a fire here not too long ago. Alright, let's get back. From here, it's a super fast trip, just straight down the hill and back to our starting point. And then I'm going to call for some lunch. Wonder if they'll deliver to the woods. Probably not. Now there was a way down back there we could have taken, but I'm going to show you the main path. And see, this is the why I keep missing this one. It's not really the best path for coming up or down. And there are some glass shards there to watch out for when you're placing your hand. So, up. There's that grasshopper again. And there's the path. Here we go, down the hill. Basically, you know you're back on the path when you see this rock cut. I guess that's how I could know where that path is, but again, I don't generally like taking it. And this is, yet again, where I say, it's a short but very technical hike. Lots of difficult terrain. There's a path I can join here. I'm actually surprised we haven't crossed anyone yet. Usually there's at least a couple of people walking their dogs. You find a lot of dogs off the leash in here. So keep an eye out if you do come. Back down in the forest. And we are at 1.7 kilometers in just under 40 minutes. And again, it wasn't that challenging from a cardiovascular perspective, but it definitely takes a little bit of ankle agility. So one of the many side paths that still leads to the bottom. I'm going to stick to the main runoff path because that's really what this is. This is the runoff from the winter from up top. Squirrel. So yeah, there's our stats so far. 1.81 kilometers for 39 minutes. And we're just about at the end. It would have been nice if we could get the full 2 kilometers, but I don't think we're going to make it. I mean, I could really push it. I'm going to get it in. I still have to walk back to the car. Oh, look, there's someone's tent. So here's a branch off. If you would have started down on this path, we could have gone up. I'll just show you over here. And that's how we'll get the extra steps in. See, they all come in and they'll all join. Now there's got to be another one I can take back. Well, looks like there will be. So we're back at the school again, as promised. And so we'll take this other path, because we want to go back to Wembley Drive where the car is. Spoiler alert. And I am going to stop recording before we get there. Or try to, as usual. So there's the path we started on. This is the one I was talking about. That's up parallel. So at this point, it's a matter of if you'd rather have a little bit more coverage on either side. But either way, you're pretty much finished with your hike at this point. Here's those two entries we talked about at the beginning. So if we would have kept going, we would have come down right here. That tent is just above this ridge. So I'll take you to that V where we were, then we'll double back. While I get ready to put the camera away. So there's the tent. And there's the branch. And there was our steps. So we're at 2 kilometers in about 45 minutes. I'd say that's not that bad. So if you ever have a couple hours or just under an hour, you want to go for a quick hike, this might be for you. Deadman's Canyon. I would definitely come again. It's definitely one of my favorites. Highly recommend. You can park around St. Michael's School in that residential area. You can park on Wembley Drive. You can, once the construction's done, enter from Highland or from the Roxborough Greenbelt to add on that extra kilometer of hike. But yeah, I definitely recommend it. And with that, we're back to the main path. So I'm going to sign off before we get towards my car. So you guys have yourselves a good day, and we will see you next time.